our milk's cooked out. Took about 10 minutes, like I said. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put our hand-crushed tomatoes in there, our wine, and our tomato sauce. So let's go ahead and do that. Get it in there. Wine and tomato sauce. Get the tomato sauce in there. A little bit of that wine in there to wash that out. And just get everything in there. Stir it all around. They mixed in real good. And I'm going to attempt to get this pot over here on the bar here and show y'all what we're working with. Let's see. I'm going to put this up here so y'all can see it. So what you've got there, you've got a nice ruby red. As you can see, the good ruby red color that comes from the wine and tomatoes, and you got a little brothiness from your Italian sausage and your deer. Mainly from Italian sausage, you'll have a little bit more broth with ground beef, a little more fat to it, and that's part of where your flavor comes from also. So what you want to do, you want to crank that up and just get it to a boil, and then once you get it to a boil, you bring it down and take the lid and cover it. Now, when you're using Italian sausage, you keep in mind it's already salted, so you don't want to, you don't want to oversalt. Just check for it. I've already checked even before I put that in, put the wine and tomatoes and everything in. So I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt, not much. About like that there, and that'll be fine, and a little black pepper. And Italian sausage does have black pepper in it, doesn't have a whole lot. I like black pepper personally, so I'm going to add a little more black pepper to it. Okay. And your bay leaves. Those bay leaves in there. There you go. Okay. You're going to bring it to a boil, cut it down on the simmer, cook it for roughly an hour and a half. Sometimes a little bit less. It just depends on how much has been rendered out as far as your meats go. But you just want to put the lid on it, check it every now and then, see how it's doing. Everything, your juices and everything kind of boil out, and what you have for a finished product is a meat sauce. Now, and the reason I like this so much is because everybody's had a meat sauce. People try to put spaghetti, we're going to cook spaghetti tonight. And they take some ground beef and some tomato paste and they pour it over, they cook that and pour it over spaghetti. That is not a meat sauce. This is a meat sauce right here. If you eat this, you won't go back to whatever it was you were eating. So I encourage anybody who really loves Italian food, who really loves a meat sauce, to try this. And something else about this sauce and we're going to get into this later, and this will kind of be an add-on to this segment here. Something else about this sauce that's great is, this is one of the major steps in lasagna. If you can make this sauce here and make it right, then you can make one of the best lasagnas you'll ever eat. There's no doubt about that. This is used as one of the meat layers in your lasagna. And there's some other things to it too, and like I said, we're going to get into that. But if you can get this down, and in one of my next videos is going to be spaghetti and meatballs. And the thing about spaghetti and meatballs is the sauce from the spaghetti and meatballs. What you'll want to do when we get into that, you'll save that sauce, some of your extra sauce, and that goes along with your lasagna as well. So, learn this recipe, learn this Bolognese recipe, and you'll be ready for even bigger and better things. Okay, we're about to boil here. Once we get it boiling, we're going to put the lid on it, cut it down, let it simmer, and we'll come back and we're going to put our dish together. Now, I do have one other thing Now I'm thinking about it. Well, we eat this over this is called Bologonese, and it's kind of a wide pasta. As you can see it kind of reminds me of a little mini lasagna. Kind of a wide pasta, and this one here comes from Italy. You may or may not be able to get that. You can eat this over any type of pasta. I prefer it over this. So if you can get your hands on that, that'd be great. So we're about boiling here. We're gonna go ahead and cut her down, put our lid on it, let it, like I say, about an hour and a half, and then we'll come back and finish her up.